and we are in control of our life now, because everybody here is sharing and giving. Yeah, and that is the true sense of Goa, which we live in. So Goa lives in the villages. Yeah, and if you have not lived in a village, don't tell me you've been to Goa.
Now this side it's all up. Carlos, go moving with Mario. Okay. Last chance with Mario.
In India, we have one of the greatest cultures in the world. We've got the most amazing food, music, dance, everything we have in India. Our ancestors have lived that life and they were happy. And my festivals are trying to show that. So a lot of thousands and thousands of people are learning this idea. Women were never allowed to play the gumot. So I did a festival in 2000 and it says 26 February 17. That was a historic day in the history of Goa. First time women were allowed to touch the gumot and play the instrument. So that gumot was there that day. So since then, things have moved on very fast. I've created a festival called Gumtanche Fest. There's actually a festival for this instrument now. And it's in the open on the beach. First time ever Hindus, Catholics, Muslims have come together with the gumot. Before it wasn't. The Hindus were in the temples, the Catholics were in the wedding halls playing this instrument. This festival has brought all the communities together. First time. So it's quite a historic instrument. And any Goan around the world, you tell them gumot, they know. No other communities know the name itself.
Supported Marius in all his festivals so far and enjoyed every bit of the event that he has been hosting so far. So I think this is what Goinkarpon is about. This is what our children, who are the next generation of this land, need to get acquainted with. So I'm really happy today. It was like a big, massive picnic with all the ingredients that we have been brought up with. So it was really great.
Untitled Fest, what happened here today at Siridam, is an excellent opportunity for Goa to see its future in terms of revival of many cultural traditions that we have in our villages.
Like to play this, many people like to play, and even we can play this with singing a song or something, and it's very useful.
Do you know how to play the Goan?
Yes.
Okay, show me.
the festival has got no invitation. So we do not know who comes to the festival. Could be anybody. It's open for everyone.
Right.
Yeah. So not only the rich are going to be there,
Okay.
or the middle class. This festival is everybody. Yeah. So the idea is everything is in our own hands. But if we want to copy a model of Africa, Europe, America, then it's your fault. The moment we are going to copy a poor model around the world, because we've all got it with us. Everything's here. So we are just replicating what we have here. I cannot go and do some festival from Nigeria here. It's not going to fit.
True.
I have to do what is in my village and in my area.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing.
Hey, hey, hey.
Around the world, it's not just in Goa, you know. If people can see you visually, they give you names. So people sort of know me because I do these festivals. And I don't do just any festival. There are 49 of them I've created. Yeah. And these festivals are about empowerment. So all sorts of people know me. You know, the poorest of the poorest. And the differently able community know me because I do festivals for them, for the blind, people on wheelchairs. Right. And, other people know me because, it's to do with food, music, theater, dance. So everything is covered, and including sports.
Right.
Yeah, so everything which is Goan. So Goans love sports, music, theater, art, dance, food, heritage. Everything is covered in these festivals.
Okay.
So when they meet me, so a lot of people meet me on logo and they don't even know my name. Most people don't know my name.
Right.
Yeah, but they've seen me on TV or on social media, so they call me Festamkar. Yeah, Festamkar means festival man.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's gone on, festival man. The idea of my festivals is there's no chief guest, no sponsors, no alcohol, no plastics, no prizes, no competition. So basically, it's not for money. Yeah, it's about empowering people, and it's our social responsibility. So if we don't have money, we rely on people who are interested in this idea
Right.
of suggesting a place. So in Goa, somebody could call me from, let's say, Benaulim, saying, oh, I saw you doing a festival in Kalangut. Why don't we do it in Benaulim? So we go down there, I survey the place, and then talking to local people, I actually suggest which is the best area in their village, because I have got to be mindful of the people in wheelchairs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to be mindful of everybody because this festival is for everyone.
Sir. That's
Yeah.
really wonderful.
So I've got the concern for everybody. So it has to be the easiest for everybody. So it could be under a mango tree, could be in the church courtyard, could be in a temple backyard, anyway. But I is the ultimate person who will decide where the festival is. Because I only have got this idea in my head.
Okay.
Why is this festival happening? This festival is happening that everybody should be part of it. Nobody can be left behind.
Right.
So this area has to be suitable. If we have a look at that instrument there, it's the largest instrument in the world, called the Goan. So the gumot is perhaps one of the oldest musical instruments in the world. The first instrument in the world would have been made of mud. After mud, our people would have gone to wood. After wood, it would have been metal and plastic and so on. So Goa has perhaps the oldest musical instrument in the world. And only in Goa this instrument is found, nowhere in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. There are mud instruments in the world, but they don't have a cover. So this instrument has got a cover, skin cover. So our ancestors used to play with the skin cover, and the skin was of the monitor lizard. It's an animal, slow animal, monitor lizard. So the government of India banned the use of that skin. You cannot kill animals to have fun.
Yes.
So 1972 it was banned. So for 50 years this instrument then stopped.
Stop. Okay.
Until 20 years ago I came, and I was a bit amazed that this instrument, which is such a rare instrument in the world, cannot be seen anywhere.
Right.
Because people stopped playing it. So I started introducing it at my festivals. Yeah. So we started here, and then people got inquisitive. So this is just a model. The actual size are smaller, which are all down there, small size. They come and they said, what is this? Then we used to explain to them what this is, and then they used to go, take me to the colleges to say, oh, this instrument. And then they are amazed, it's from Goa. 20 years later, about 6 years ago, my son, who's Ashley Fernandes, he was young then, following me at the festivals, then got interested into music. And then eventually went to London to do a degree in sound engineering. And his final thesis was, he rang me one day saying, Dad, remember that instrument, mud instrument, and you were telling me you can't use it because of the monitor lizard skin. I will find the solution. So he came to Goa. For 6 months, me and him traveled the whole of Goa, meeting the potters, the people putting the skin on, the fitters, everybody, and he found the solution. Okay. And then he got his degree for the Gumot. Right. And last year is a huge day in the history of Goa, because after that, I and a few friends of ours from the festival gave a proposal to the government of Goa. So one of the oldest instruments in the world, we went to the government of Goa and gave them a proposal saying, look, this instrument is there, we have found a solution, can we make it, people should know about this instrument. True. So then amazingly the government of Goa last year declared the Gumot as the state heritage instrument of Goa without the monitor skin on it. Right. So today it's a big thing for Goa that we as a state has got our own instrument. I don't know if other states have got an instrument. So we have our own instrument called the Gumot. It's the state heritage instrument of Goa. And only a few Goans in the world know how to make this instrument. Nobody in the world knows to make it. Okay. You can go to Brazil, they've never even heard of it. You can go to Nigeria, they don't know about it. You can go to Australia, America, Canada, nobody knows about it. Right. Except a Goan. But only a few of them can make it. Nice. So out of this festival, this thing has happened. And it can happen in India. You can do it in India. This cannot be done in New York, cannot be done in London. The weather is horrific. You can't think for yourself in London. There is no open spaces. Everything is concrete. In India, we have a chance to do these things. So now my festivals are seasonal. So this is the month of March. So in normal times, this year 2021, March would have been the cashew festival because the cashews are actually growing now. Plenty of cashews. April, which is the next month, that would have been the mango festival because mangoes are growing. Right. And then there's June. May would be jackfruit festival. Right. So on. Every month we cover everything of that month at this festival. Okay. Yeah. So people don't miss out. If you're here for 1 year, you would know what a Goan means. Right. Okay. Yeah. That you'll get the whole idea of Goa. Altogether, I've got 49 festivals and some examples here. So this is called Poderanche Fest, festival celebrating the breads of Goa. So I have this huge festival, and at the festival we are talking about the past bread, the present bread, and what is coming for the future, the bread of the future, and that has to be shown at the festival. We cannot just come, eat and drink. Then this is Patoyancha. This was the most famous festival of ours in Goa. It's known as Patoyos. This is on 15th of August. 15th of August is a very famous day in Goa. It's the only time the Catholics and the Hindus come together to make a sweet dish called patoyos. Patoyos is made of, so in September, July, September, a leaf grows in Goa of the turmeric. You have this turmeric leaf growing everywhere. So they use this leaf, they put rice, paste of rice, coconut mixture, and they put it in the leaf and they steam it. And when you eat it, it's full of flavor of turmeric. But Hindus do it in their houses, Catholic do, but our festivals have brought all of them together, and we do it in the open called Patoyanja Fest. Yeah. So these are few, but there are 49 of them. So whatever you see here is me, it's not somebody else copied. True. And everything is from my festivals. Yeah, so if you want to know what the festival is here.
Right.
Yeah, everything you see is part of the festival.
Right.
And everything is like, made in Goa, made in the villages.
True.
Yeah, so it's not like brought from abroad. So another thing about the festivals is we have potters who come, all sorts of people come. So some of them who come are weavers. So they come and weave things for us. So what happens is, on the day they become famous, people know each other, they get a job, and business starts at the festival, because you don't have to be rich to be at our festival, you don't have to be poor. Anybody can come and show your expertise. So whatever you see here are out of people's hands. And a lot of them have been very successful. Yeah, because you can't lose if you want to show your talent. And we give them a free platform. So these are things, I'm just saying, so these are things that are like vision for next 20, 30 years. Because there is very few things that are being invented. Everything that's invented now is all for money. People are inventing for money. They're not inventing for us humans who are on this earth. We only got one life. So we might as well enjoy our life where we share, because we can't take money with us when we go. Yeah? True. So all this needs to be shared.
Love you, Mario. Love you, Mario.
So I was born in Kenya. Yeah, and I lived in Europe and many places in London. But when I was 20 years old, I had this thing in my head, the moment I reach 40, I will never work again. And actually I did that. On my 40th birthday, I left everything in London and I headed for home, Goa. But don't forget, I was never born here. I was born in Africa. This is my ancestors' home.
Okay.
And when I came here, I had to start from zero, because I didn't know anything, except I knew the language thanks to my mom, who taught us the language Konkani.
Right.
Yeah, so with my language, I came home with my wife and 2 children, and we had to start from zero. And then we started this idea of having festivals with no money, which is even a huge challenge, because as till today, I do not have competition doing this festival.
Right.
Because nobody is there. I'm a lonely person in this world with this idea.
Yeah.
There's nobody. This is not an NGO. They want money. It's not governments. They want money.
Right.
It's not some event company. They want money. Everybody wants money. So this idea is to empower everybody, and we start from a level playing field. And don't worry about money. If you're worrying about money, don't come to this fest. This festival is for like-minded people and anybody who wants to showcase their skills. Because somehow there are some events around the world where the most amazing people cannot come because they don't have money. There'll be an entry fee, or they have to know somebody to come to the fest. This festival, you do not need to know anybody.
Right.
Yeah, and you come to the fest and we give you a table and you can start. So it's a level playing field festival. It's to do with my mom as well. My mom was a theatre artist in Goa many years ago, and their lifestyle in Goa was about giving. Yeah, people in Goa in the olden days were all about giving. Even today, now in lockdown this year, I'm living here happy. This has been the best time of my life in Goa, because in lockdown, all the neighbors are helping each other.
Right.
So if I want something for my curry, the next door neighbor will give me something. If they want something, they come to our house. And we have gone 40 years back, which is the most wonderful life. And we are in control of our life now because everybody here is sharing and giving. Yeah, and that is the true sense of Goa, which we live in. So Goa lives in the villages. Yeah, and if you have not lived in a village, don't tell me you've been to Goa. This village is Sant Matthias on Divar Island. Yeah, so Divar Island. So Saint Matthias. So Saint Matthias and Piada. So there are two villages on this island of Divar, one island. And we are the last place which is not connected to the mainland. It's got no bridge, and may it remain that way because it's one of the most unique places in the world. Yeah, because here people are self-sustainable. They're sustaining themselves here. You go on vegetables, on food, on fish, everything is available here.
Okay.
Yeah, you do not need to leave the island. No, out of 100%, only 5% of the people give. In the whole world, not only here, only 5% give. 95% are scared for their lives. They're not doing anything, they're just watching on the fence. So this is normal. 5%, so we need to increase the 5%. So by talking and telling people that this is the way, you have to start sharing. You don't have to give money. It's about sharing knowledge and ideas. So there's, at the moment, only 5% are sharing and giving. So I'm happy I'm one of them.